Misambula binaka, oya wane kamanalangi, oni nandorungo diao, may nadiwa kinarua na bisinga, may namoniti kinabagarumbuka na Radio Fiji wan nandome biti bongani biyanyano. Nama katalangana bengo na sasibiani na tinakaloka na bimbongi ni bukilulu, kena bima maniwalu na bimbongi ni bakarawai, may nambuza ni balu ninge namaka.
आपकी शादी होने वाली है 5 बच्चे होंगे 5 हाय मैं हूँ आपकी सहेली वेनू सुनते रहिए मिर्च एफएम मैं हूँ ना 9 से 12 बजे तक
Tonight, families come out in large numbers to enjoy the Christmas break. Children hosted to a special lunch at Sukuna Park in Suva. And Fijians serving under the UN in Iraq get into the Christmas spirit. But first tonight, a 25-year-old farmer of Natumua village in Tavuki Kandavu is dead after he was allegedly stabbed in the chest. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro says the deceased was drinking with the 33-year-old farmer just before 9 a.m. today when a fight erupted. The suspect allegedly got hold of a kitchen knife and stabbed the deceased, whose body is now at the Vunisea hospital. Investigation continues. Meanwhile, the woman in her 40s who was admitted at the Lautoka Burns unit following a fire at the Natavora restaurant and music bar last week has died. She passed away at 9:30 this morning, while her 8-year-old daughter remains admitted in stable condition. Police are still searching for the 65-year-old suspect who is alleged to have set fire to the premises in the Coral Coast. The government is urging people in the Northern Division to take weather warnings seriously, as a low depression is forecast throughout the week. This is likely to intensify between tomorrow and Friday this week. The public is also urged to constantly monitor weather reports from media outlets, as this is still the cyclone period. Looking at the weather situation, a heavy rain alert remains in force for Vanuatu, Taveuni and nearby smaller islands. Tropical disturbance TD06F was located near 11.9 south, 170.2 east. It's about 950 kilometers northwest of Nadi at 1 p.m. today. The disturbance is moving east-southeast at about 12 kilometers an hour. Associated trough of low pressure is expected to bring heavy rain, especially over Vanuatu, Taveuni and nearby smaller islands and the Lau group from tomorrow night. Thunderstorms are also expected from tomorrow night, and localized heavy rain may lead to flash flooding in these areas. Meanwhile, the Republic of Fiji Military Forces has called back all its members of the 3rd Battalion Infantry Regiment, 3FIR, who are on leave. Military Chief of Staff Operations Lieutenant Colonel Amani Suliano says the military personnel are being called back in light of the adverse weather expected within 48 hours. Suliano says all members of the 3FIR around the country are to report back to their various bases by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. A special day for the family, and Fijians spend Christmas in many different ways. Abisalame Dhoka was out and about in Suva today speaking to people about how their holidays have turned out.
Christmas has a different meaning for every individual. A time to wind down after a hectic year, spending time with the family, or an opportunity for some merry-making. At the Rewanga Methodist Church this morning, followers of the faith came in numbers for a Thanksgiving service, reflecting on the religious aspect of Christmas. Similar services were held all over the country. The recently opened Mai Suva Park was packed with people making the best of the day, spending the festive season out and about with family and friends at this famous picnic spot. Vinod Dutt from Lambasa has travelled to Suva to be with his in-laws, and Christmas wouldn't be the same without some goat curry.
Well, everybody should enjoy, but they should not drink and drive. Everybody should be happy with their family. They should enjoy the Christmas as what we are doing. They should struggle for it, and then they will be enjoying it at the end.
It was a quiet Christmas at the Suva Senior Citizens Home in Samambula, as patrons enjoyed the day, sharing jokes and reminiscing about their days gone by. This family from the Mbua province in Vanua Levu aren't here for a holiday. They're using this time to try and sell some livestock. Ramzan Ali and his family make this trip every year.
Well, we do it every year. So good money. This is the time we sell plenty goods. Today we're just selling it half day. 1 o'clock we'll be going home. So after that we'll celebrate Christmas at 1 o'clock.
Leading up to Boxing Day tomorrow, the Fiji Police Force is advising motorists not to drink and drive this festive season as they aim for an accident-free and crime-free celebrations. Apisolome Doka, FBC News.
Children from St. Christopher's Home and the Delkusha Home were given a special treat today. A group of non-government organizations got together to organize a Christmas lunch for about 150 children at the Sukuna Park in Suva. Neelam Raj paid the children a visit.
Christmas is the time of the year when families gather to share love, food, and enjoy each other's company. For these children, coming out to Sukuna Park made their day all the more memorable. About 150 children from Wailea settlement in Suva, Dilkusha and St. Christopher's Home were invited.
Made a big surprise for us, and then it's amazing that they gave us food and gifts. It is the second time they've invited us, and it's really nice. We feel blessed.
St. Christopher's Home family like to say thank you to the nations Fiji for your prayers, love and support, and who we are today are your giving. Thank you.
The lunch was organized by a group of NGOs, putting into practice the belief that Christmas is the season of giving. Some of the children expressed to FBC News their hopes that the young generation should be given the right guidance and empowerment.
For them to look after the kids properly and nicely with good care, because these children will be the future generation, and if they won't look after them properly, how would Fiji be without these children?
I wish poverty ends in Fiji so we all can celebrate Christmas in bigger and better way.
Give to the less fortunate and invite more people and to share and care, because that's Christmas is a time for sharing and caring and also thinking about the less fortunate.
The lunch was set up by Ilesa Delana Foundation, Fijian in Need and Future Council Future Executive and Finance. Neelam Raj, FBC News.
Our men and women serving in Iraq under the United Nations didn't miss out on the spirit of Christmas. There is a large contingent of Fijians in Iraq, and some of them sang Christmas carols last night at their base in Baghdad. This video was shot by Mikaele Lewaive and uploaded onto YouTube. Coming up, flooding in London, Mars Christmas for hundreds of thousands.
Now that's just another groove to kickstart your morning.
That's right. Good morning, Fiji. It's Gold FM bringing you the classic hits to fine-tune your mornings.
And Fila still trying to fine-tune her voice.
And as always, Pedali still trying to wake up.
Now this is where you'll find us every morning from Monday to Friday.
On Daybreak with Pedali and Fina from 6 to 9. Join us.
Isambolo binaka. Nadhango wadi soni dalai. Nama kio mani wasi ngono borota kina lali ne kabi. Maina tolu kina bitu. Ena moni tingina por rombuka. Ena Mbula FM. Na bandu ena serre.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Social Welfare Ministry says a number of people living under the poverty line are now able to save money since opening up their own bank accounts. In 2011, the ministry, with the assistance of the Pacific Financial Inclusion Program, had launched electronic mode of transfer payments for 22,000 social welfare recipients. The electronic system replaced the cumbersome voucher-based system, and recent evaluation shows the new system has empowered the welfare recipients in numerous ways. Minister Dr. Chico Loveni says 94% of the welfare recipients, the poorest of the poor who were previously unbanked, can now withdraw just the amount they need. With the voucher system, they ended up withdrawing and spending all their allowances at once. Recipients no longer have to travel to the towns and cities and wait in line to receive their vouchers, saving them time and money. And we welcome Jamie now with sports.
Thanks, Jackie, and Merry Christmas. In sports tonight, the champion Yamadhya side hold a fundraising drive in Australia and Athletics Fiji to be more focused on Western competitors. These stories and more after the break.
Bola, oya wasala bilawa. Do pataki au mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka. Kako ni valata na no musini sari na kai samariando loloma leone vani ni nau. Omgori ke de mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka and Bula FM number 2 and sere.
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to the Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. The Yamadhya rugby side is trying to raise funds to compete in international tournaments next year. And with the start of its fundraising drive being held in Australia, they're hoping fans in the land down under will come out in full support. Indra Singh has more on the champion Nabosa club.
The Yamadhya Rugby Club is on a mission off the field. Having won the hearts on the playing pitch this year, it's now time to do the same off it as well.
It's been a really exciting year for Yamadhya this year, and we want to get it up slightly a level up next year. So what I'm doing right now is trying to do a fundraising drive in Australia to sort of get the Australian supporters together, because we are going to do a lot of Australian tours next year.
The club is looking at playing in a number of tournaments abroad next year. However, just like any other sports in the country, finance remains a hindrance.
Thinking of getting the trophy over and have a fundraising T-shirt to go with it, and then the money that we raise to help us with the amount of tours that we are going to do next year.
One tournament which the team is looking at playing in is the World Club Sevens in England. And if this plan goes through, the side will become the first ever Fijian team to do so.
A meeting about the World Club Sevens, and I told I told Jay White clearly that even if we don't get to US and other tours, that we will try our best to get into the World Club Sevens, because it's just going to be huge, not just for the club, but for the country itself.
So all the Yamadhyans are asking this festive season is for its supporters to assist them. And with a little given, who knows what the end results could be for this champion club. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
Western athletics clubs will not be ignored despite competitions mainly centered in the Central Division. Athletics Fiji has assured athletes in the West that they are very much a part of the plans to better the sport in the country. And despite recent debacles in the sport, the focus is now on getting West-based clubs more involved.
We are inviting them to come. We will continue to invite them. And we also understand that there is a long-distance club existing in the West, the Jet Runners. And we're hoping to send our middle and long-distance athletes to that side, to the West. And we're also inviting them to come and be part.
The Fiji football coaching staff are working hard in ensuring they get top-quality international matches next year. Under the guidance of coaching director Juan Carlos Buzetti, Fiji FA has plans to play top teams in the world. However, as Indra Singh finds out, securing these matches isn't as easy as one may think.
With all the festivities taking precedence over sports, this hasn't stopped football from planning for the new year. Being one of the most popular sports in the country, football is trying to hold its own on the world stage, which is hard to come by.
The only you can do, because all coming to finances also, the only you can do is contact. We done all the contact. I've done everything. So we need to, the response for this country is they are set to play games. It's two things. One, what positions you are in the war, and if they want to play, if they are available also to play or not.
Buzzati remains optimistic that within the next 4 years, the senior national side will be able to play some of the big guns in the world. This could be either here or away matches.
We offered to New Zealand to play 2 games against New Zealand, but they want to play with what they call the I-team. I-team is no point for recognized by FIFA. So which is a point to play New Zealand with an I-team, which is the local players, because they cannot bring the overseas players, if we don't get any point in FIFA. So again, we need to look at all these things. It's easy for many people to say when you play, but it doesn't work like that. International level is too complicated. And so when we are sure and we have something positive, the president or Taruneswari will inform everybody about and then we'll be able to do all the interviews and so on. But until now, like I say, what the amount of letters we send and the amount of communication we have, until now we don't have response. So we're still waiting, but yes, a plan for the national team. We're supposed to, our plan was to go February or March.
However, what has delighted the mentor is that his young brigade is now maturing, which could be the recipe for success in the near future.
My point of view as a national coach, to give competition, to give experience, because it's a very young squad now. So we need to give this experience. The only experience they have when we play the Brazilian teams here, and they've done very well because very young kids. But I'm pleased because that's what we're looking for the future, no?
Football is set to roll again in the new year with a hectic year in store. For sure, those involved want to make a mark in the country and in the world. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
That's it from Sports Tonight. Good evening.
Weather time now, and Merry Christmas, Jen.
Merry Christmas, Jackie, and Merry Christmas to everyone watching. Now, I got a bit scared this morning, not because I knew I'd add extra pounds to my waistline, but because of the sudden showers. Thankfully, things cleared up here in the capital by lunchtime. It was also pleasing to note that it was fairly fine in other parts of the country. Today's temperatures show that Mombasa is the hottest again. Bar and the Jet Setters are close behind on 32 and 31 respectively, while Suva and Savasavu have the lowest on 30 degrees. The forecast sees rain and thunderstorms becoming frequent, heavy at times over the northern and eastern parts of the group. Elsewhere, we'll have showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon or evening. Put simply, it's highly likely we'll have a wet Boxing Day. And before I go, here's a photo taken at the stunning Anchorage Resort. This was sent in by Dennis of Lautoka, and he'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Dennis. You've just given me an idea for New Year's.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. The headlines once again: a man is dead after an alleged stabbing incident in Kandavu this morning. A woman who was severely burnt in an alleged arson along the Coral Coast last week died in hospital today. And the government is urging people in the Northern Division to take weather warning seriously, as tropical disturbance TD06F was located about 950 kilometers northwest of Nandi at 1 p.m. today. This week's poll question, we're asking: are you satisfied with the level of police visibility in public this festive season? Visit our FBC website to answer. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your stories at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's news for tonight. And since it's Christmas, we leave you with the Fiji Battalion singing a Christmas carol from Baghdad in Iraq. Good night and Merry Christmas.
Nanda
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Tix.
You can join us on the Breakfast Show
every weekday from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. right here on Today FM.
That's right.
सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो FBC पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।